Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's blessed on this beautiful Thursday. Warmer weather in Colorado. Savage already went to go hit the gym. I don't know if it's supposed to get cold, but it don't look like it, man. I'm ready for springtime. Ready for springtime, summertime. Ready for the warmer weather in Colorado. But we already know how it is in Colorado. 1 minute it'll be snow, next minute it'll be winter advisory. Um, so, bro, 2024 has been crazy. A lot of stuff going on um, behind the scenes, a lot of stuff they're not even focusing in on. The media is not talking about a lot of stuff that's going on right now. Um, a lot of stuff coming up. Media is not really talking about it. It's been a crazy year so far, man. The P. Diddy situation. That whole situation's crazy. Human trafficking, messing with kids. You have the Nickelodeon situation coming out on Netflix about how them kids were being molested and sexual assaulted. You have P. Diddy. That fool, I just, man, it's crazy to think about it, bro, because P. Diddy, bro, like over the years, when I was growing up, he was a fool that had made a lot of money. A lot of stuff, bro. You got all this situation with immigration coming across the border, and they're letting people just come into this country by the boatloads, thousands of people, bro. And some of the immigrants, I don't know if people caught this, but they're literally making memos to come invade houses, squat in houses, and they're telling people to come do it. Now, the dude that did it on TikTok, he got arrested. You got stuff just going crazy. So I wanna watch this video, man. 2024. It's already been a crazy year, and we're not even in summertime. We're not even in springtime yet, and it's already been crazy, bro. This solar eclipse coming the 8th. I was talking about it last night on the homies show last night, man. They're not even talking about how this solar eclipse, the flare-ups are going to be so crazy, bro, that it might have a dramatic situation with our electricity, bro. Scientists are saying this, bro, that it might wipe out a lot of electricity in the United States, man, for some days. So to everybody out there, get your candles ready, get some flashlights. Okay, put it like this, man. Even if it's not correct, and even if it doesn't fall through, at least you'll be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch some of this, bro. This is stuff from 2024 already that's going down, homie. I don't want to put it out there like this, but this is the truth, homie, is that, in the Revelations, book of Revelations, the Bible, people, it's coming to the light faster than we think. And if you do any studies on this solar eclipse, what a reckless was good with you, man. The Bible is talking about it tremendously. Now, not to put everybody in a scare, but, I'm just putting it out there. You guys can go do your own research. Even the shape of the solar eclipse, it's a perfect A. In the Hebrew text, the Bible, it talks about the last days, and that A is a significant letter. The way that the solar eclipse from 2007 went, and the one that's coming, and the one that was there before, it's a perfect A. And in the Hebrew text, that means like the end of day or something like that. That means like the last letter. So let's watch it. Let's watch this 2004.
And had to be euthanized last night after becoming stranded near Mahia Peninsula in Hawke's Bay. Earlier, locals had managed to refloat them before they became beached again. As Henry McMullen reports, it was the first stranding of the species here in around 4 decades.
They're coming here! Oh no!
Fast approaching the Mahia coastline.
They're coming right.
This local watching from the top of the hill.
We thought, nah, this is odd. This isn't normal.
Fascination quickly turning to concern.
You're gonna get beached, mate! Oh my god! Oh, he's gonna get stuck.
The 45-odd false killer whales and one bottlenose dolphin first stranded before 2 p.m. yesterday at the Rocky Beach in Taylors Bay.
They were screaming. It is probably the thing that's stopping me from sleeping because you can hear this screaming in your ears. They were making more than a noise.
Real quick. Let me see something real quick. Let's watch this, man.
This will officially be the first post to this channel of the 2024 year. Happy New Year, everyone. If you know, you know. These TikTok conspiracy theories around the up and coming 2024 eclipse are alarming. Let's watch.
I'm telling you right now, something is not right about this eclipse. This is the path that it will take, and it will cross over with the eclipse that we had in 2000.
Now, you see how it's X? Do you see how this is X right here? This little square, you know what this city's called right here, bro? It's called Rapture. That's the city right there. This is making a perfect X, bro. And this right here is a name in the Bible, right? This right here is a name in the Bible. Good versus evil. This right here, this city's called Rapture.
17 making an X on the country. Now, right there in the crosshairs, right there is a town called Maconda, Illinois. Let's talk about it. So this is a better look at the direct path of totality that the solar eclipse will take. Right there by Carbondale, where the X meets, is Maconda. Just as a fun fact for Shiggles, this has never happened in the United States. We have never had 2 solar eclipse paths cross over on one town. So this is a pretty big fucking deal. Maconda really isn't that big of a deal. It has a population of like 500 people, and it's known as a hippie town in Illinois. Now, what I did find interesting is that there is a giant city-state park inside of Maconda. Are we waking up giants? Now, Maconda translated to South African, it means little ones. Are we the little ones and they're the big ones coming when the eclipse happens? Now, maybe I'm wilding out. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe there's nothing to this. But if I am just wilding out and there is nothing to this, why have they already predicted a historical chance of cloud coverage on the day of the solar eclipse? Since when do they predict cloud coverage 2 months in advance? That shit's suspicious. The fact that this hasn't ever happened before is suspicious. The fact that there is a giant city-state park right outside Sewanee National Forest, which is known for Bigfoot sightings, is suspicious. So are the clouds a attempt to hide the eclipse from us so that we don't see what happens in the shadows? Because
now you guys got to understand what's up with it. What's up with it, Rada? How you doing? You got to understand, bro. Like, check this out. There's been a lot of stuff going on with people are starting to spot a lot of creatures and different things, sightings of different things, bro. You see the alien stuff in Miami, homie. You see the alien stuff in Miami, and everybody was at an uproar, and they said they tried to cover it up, but there was not really no footage, bro. This is stuff starting to actually come to the forefront because the spiritual realm is alive, homie. And this right here, the eclipse is going to set off something, bro, where you're going to start seeing a lot more in the spiritual realm, bro.
This total solar eclipse will last for 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Before I give an opinion, let's watch another.
Please listen to this, you guys. This is very important. Listen up, y'all.
So the 2017-2024 solar eclipse, a lot of people should know this by now. If you don't, then I'm guessing this is your date of you finding out about this. So the coincision of this eclipse pass is here in southern Illinois, also known as Carbondale, also known as Little Egypt. And this X right here is actually not the 2017-2024 total solar eclipse pass, but it's actually 2 fault line cracks that is going across America. 1,700 miles one way, 1,600 miles the other way, and the coincision is, as you can see, is precisely the same location. X marks the spot. And that area just happens to be the New Madrid seismic zone. I showed this map already, and I'll just show it again for context. The New Madrid seismic zone is known for 3 great eclipses. It's also, 3 great earthquakes, and it's also known as one of the most biggest dangers to America. This is a map from USGS, and as you can see, talking about the highest hazards and lowest hazards. This is the bar, this is the meter. All right.
So when the eclipse happened in 2017, people didn't even know it set off a domino effect of earthquakes, bro. Earthquakes after the eclipse. And nobody really even knew about that aspect because why? They didn't want to send people in an uproar, but the media be covering up stuff, homie. Now, when this hits together, there's going to be solar panels, bro, that, you know what I'm saying, that is going to be dramatic to the earth, homie.
And as you can see right here, where the X marks the spot simultaneously with the eclipse and the earthquakes, the activity is very, very high. Threat level and danger level is very, very high. So this is an Exodus sign. The Exodus sign. This is a sign of an Exodus, a physical, spiritual, mental awakening, and Exodus out of the system. And it's also a prophetic sign for a people. Book reference. The intersection of these 2 fault lines create an X at the New Madrid seismic zone, located in Missouri, just an hour-and-a-half drive, a 30-minute flight from Carbondale, known as Little Egypt. What's particularly unsettling is the striking resemblance between the map of the seismic cracks and the paths of totality observed in the solar eclipse. The correlation in the paths and locations might evoke a sense of awe or terror, depending on one's perspective. It invites contemplation on the possible means or connection these natural phenomena might hold. And you can see the striking resemblance in Forbes magazine Doomsday Map or Doomsday Crack, because this would be the precise location of X marks the spot. The unsettling parallels between the seismic crack and the path of totality are not lost on those who study them. Yet, the lack of public warning from scientists or authorities are baffling. It calls to mind scenes from disasters, movies like 2012, where government concealed imminent catastrophic to avert panic. Could we be living in such scenario? Have those in power suspected a looming threat and chosen silence over alarm? These questions linger, leaving us to ponder the cryptic message that nature seems to be signaling and wonder if humanity is truly ready to face whatever may be coming. Now we see where Forbes get their prediction from. But trust me, it's way much more deeper than you think. This is an Exodus sign for a chosen people, for the people, for humanity, for the world.
For entertainment purposes only, of course. So what did you guys think about this video? Very informative. Kind of, relates to what's going on right now, isn't it? We see all these anomalies going around the world, but the government is not saying anything, and the media is barely telling us.
Why did I just say that, bro?
They're literally.
The media is not even talking about this, people. I met people that really don't even know what the situation actually. People are not even aware of this because why? The media is not talking to you guys, bro. That's why I'm telling you guys, man. April 8th, man. Go get you guys some food. Go get you guys some water. Go fill up your gas tank. Get your ammunition. And just, even if it's wrong, homie, at least you'll be prepared. You're not out in the dark, homie. Because this, like, they didn't talk about the earthquakes in the 2017, which were all around the world. And this is it's about to cross, homie. These flares are gonna mess up our electricity and our phones, homie. So I'm just giving you guys the heads up, you guys do with that information what you want to.
At our doorstep, and then the news media is like, by the way, this is at your doorstep.
They're covering it up with this situation with Biden and all this, bro. They're covering up the real aspect of what's going on. Why are they calling the National Guard in for a solar eclipse, people? They're calling the National Guard in for a solar eclipse, bro. That's weird. Why are they telling people that are watching this, that are really doing like the research, to get your water, get your food, bro? Not to put people on scare, but that's weird, don't you think? That's interesting. I mean, that's interesting to me.
Okay, now I believe him over the last clip. That was so informative. It wasn't like, oh, here, I'm just going to tell you a bunch of hoo-ha and expect you to believe it. No, I'm going to show you the facts. Man, this could be bad.
2024 is going to be very chaotic. It's going to be weird.
Chaotic. You have the stuff with P. Diddy. You have all this immigration. You got different things where they're starting to see sightings of different things at the malls. You're starting to see, people are starting to say they're seeing entrances into the giant, the Nephilims, bro. Like different things are coming to the light, and it's all in that book, bro. The Revelations is like amongst us.
There's some weird movies coming out. How many guys saw the recent movie Leave the World Behind? Anybody saw that movie there? Oh, okay. Yeah, you know all these.
Heck, speaking of, I just posted a movie on my Patreon today. So y'all wouldn't. Heck, speaking of, I just reacted to a movie on my Patreon today that was a really good movie about parallel universes called Parallel. Subscribe to my Patreon if y'all want to check that out.
Am I watching a movie or is this a documentary realistic thing? And then I'm seeing Mark Zuckerberg just spent $100 million building a house in Hawaii with a nuclear bunker. What does he know that the rest of the world doesn't know about? Talk about the timing. Oh, accidentally, coincidentally, a week after that movie comes out, a new movie comes out. What's the name of that movie? Civil War. Leave the world behind. Our power grid in America hasn't been updated. 75% of it hasn't been updated in 50 years. And you're kind of talking about that. Then you're pitting whites against blacks. There's a line in the movie that says, Dad, you know if something goes down, we can't trust these white people. I know that's something both you and Mom agree on. Why do you put that line in the movie, Barack? And you were helping with the script. Why would you put that in the movie? Why would you put that in the movie? Barack, weren't you the same guy that gave a talk at the DNC in 2004 about bringing people together? What happened to that guy?
You know what? It's very interesting to see this kind of man have these kind of conversations over things that could be just conspiracy theories. This is a multimillionaire. What does he have to gain from talking about this type of stuff? Unless there's some truth to it. Somebody posted this a year ago. It says 1 year into the 2024 Great North America Total Solar Eclipse. This eclipse here was 2017 in Carbondale, Illinois. Start preparing for 2024. Everybody getting excited.
Holy!
As the sun is being covered.
Oh my God!
You can just barely see it, this tiny eclipse through the clouds.
Woo! Woo! We have totality.
Sorry the video is so small. I can't do much about it.
On. Wow.
So this is happening in the exact same place where the X marks the spot is supposed to occur for the 2024 eclipse. Interesting.
This is insane. We're at 1:20 in the afternoon here.
It's interesting how it's dark, but it's daytime and kind of lit at the same time. It's fascinating. Eclipses are one of those things where it's like you appreciate the fact that you're alive to see and witness such an event.
In between both of them, it's dark.
Black rainbow in the sky. What happened to the color in this rainbow?
My life, seeing a rainbow like that ever.
Wow.
Look at that.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this.
Where are the angels?
The colors along the edges, but in the center, that thing is black.
And as you heard Jesse say at the beginning of that video, he had never seen a rainbow like this in his entire life. And I agree. I analyze
Oh, that's
videos and
weird, bro.
photos every
A
day,
black
pretty much 7
rainbow, huh?
days a week. And I have never seen a rainbow that dark before. Almost looks like a black rainbow in the sky. How weird is that? I mean, you can see the bright colors on both sides of the dark in the center, but that is very dark, almost black. It's like a black rainbow in the sky.
Could this be yet another sign that the end is coming? I sure hope not. Hold on. What does it say here? Aliens in our neighborhood. All of the dogs in the neighborhood lost their minds. The kids are terrified. What? He said, I knew the police wouldn't come. Only the fire department came because of the explosion and the hole in the wall of our neighborhood where they tried to take their son. What?
Yo, this is crazy, yo. It's the middle of the night, and we literally all saw an explosion, and then everyone in the neighborhood saw the same UFO, bro. And now the fire department's here trying to figure out what the hell's going on, but nobody believed us. Like, we kept telling them, like, there's a fucking UFO that, like, came down. I heard a scream. I ran outside. I saw the explosion. The neighbors saw it. And apparently, it was pulling somebody out of this house over here. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, I'll let y'all know, like, what happens. But this is crazy. Like, we literally saw a UFO, all of us. If you didn't believe in aliens before, I don't know what to tell you, man.
Y'all believe his story about the UFO in his neighborhood?
I mean, I do,
Said
because
nobody else believes them, but everybody
this is the
in
time of
neighborhood
day you're gonna
saw
start
it.
seeing a lot of
I don't know,
stuff,
I feel
man.
like I would have believed
It's gonna
him
go.
if
It's
he would've
going
had
crazy
headphones
out
on
there.
his neighbors as he was recording this and saying, "Hey, what did you see?" And then if they responded with aliens, because we know aliens are real.
Definitely, there
Then
has
I
to be
would've
something
believed
out
it.
there.
Get your aliens a real shirt right now.
Get your aliens
on
a
the
real
website,
shirt.
artofkicks.com. Link down below to the next clip.
Scientists and local officials of highly densely populated cities are telling people to prepare and stock up on fuel, food, and water to prepare for this solar eclipse that's supposed to happen on April 8th of 2024. You know what I meant. But yes, they're telling people that this solar eclipse that is going to be hitting some of the most densely populated cities in the US is very, very different from the one in 2017. And I'm going to explain to you why they're telling people to prepare for this massive surge of people and overall festivities. EMAs, or emergency medical assistants, are the ones that are telling people to stock up on food, fuel, and water ahead of the eclipse. And it says on April 8th, the day will turn into night for a once-in-a-lifetime eclipse. Although it's still more than a month away, a word of caution is being issued now by emergency
Bro, you don't think
management.
that's crazy, bro? They gave this warning a month ahead of time. That's wild, bro. There you guys got your water, man. You better go get some ramen noodles. Like I was telling the homie last night, you better go get some boxes of ramen noodles. You better go fill up your all the milk jugs you have, go fill up water, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get that gas, fill it all the way up just because you got to travel, man. Don't get caught slipping in these streets. Cause I don't know why they will be warning people a month ahead of time.
Stock up on 3 days worth of food, fuel, and water. Why are they telling people to stock up on 3 days worth of food, fuel, and water for a 4-minute apocalypse? And the reason that they are giving is because they said it's going to be a massive influx of people in these largely densely populated areas, so that you should prepare for the infrastructure of these areas not to be able to handle the amount of people. Like the roads will be packed. But my thing is, you are predicting 3 days worth of crowds.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
This map illustrates the 2 different eclipses and the moon's path for each upcoming eclipse and how they will intertwine with each other. And if you just look at this and they just hit this perfect X at this one point in the map, something tells me the energy is going to be off the charts. In 2017, the last eclipse we had like this, the moon was a little bit further away from Earth than it will be during the upcoming total solar eclipse. And it's going to cause the path of that eclipse to be a little skinnier. So in 2017, the path ranged from about 62 to 71 miles wide. And during the one in April, the path over North America will range between 102 and 122 miles wide, meaning at any given moment, this eclipse covers more ground than the one in 2017. And the 2024 eclipse path will also pass over more cities and densely populated areas than the 2017 path did. And this will make it easier for people to see in totality. An estimated 31.6 million people lived in the path of totality this year compared to only 12 million in 2017. And an additional 150 people live within 200 miles of the path of totality. In Jewish tradition, a total solar eclipse is a warning to the nations for a sign of the judgment of nations. Ancient Greece, the eclipse meant punishment and abandonment. And in the days leading up to the eclipse, they rounded up captivities to substitute for the king, hoping that the real king would escape the cosmic punishment. After the eclipse, they executed the captives as a cautionary protection. I'm about to blow your head. I'm not going to lie. This is for the non-closed-minded people, the last part of this video. But it is also said that the total solar eclipse.
She said for the blinded people, bro. There's people that don't want to hear it. There's people that definitely don't want to hear it. This is scary, people. You know what I'm saying? But, man, it ain't about being scared, bro. It's about being prepared for anything and everything. There's so many people out here don't want to hear this stuff. But you going to be left in the dark if you don't prepare and be ready for stuff, man.
To substitute for the king, hoping that the real king would escape the cosmic punishment. After the eclipse, they executed the captives as a cautionary protection. I'm about to blow your head. I'm not going to lie. This is for the non-closed-minded people, the last part of this video. But it is also said that the total solar eclipse is what is called the judgment of the kings. And if you have been on any social media platform, you have heard Kanye talk about the hierarchy or how things work in this world. At the top, who you have, who you don't have, and who you wouldn't want to be. He gives this drawn out explanation of how the world is run. And at the top, you have God, and then you have the 1,000-year-old families. And then it goes down to the kings, the Pope, the Vatican, and then everyone underneath them, Hollywood for entertainment, and then the people at the bottom holding them up. So with this total solar eclipse, I believe that the people that are going to be judged are these two top tiers, which is the Pope and the people that have the longest lineage in the world, the 1,000-year-old people. Remember I told you that this is going to be happening 4/8/2024? There are 8 of the longest living families in the world. There are 8 of them. 2 + 2 + 4. We are in the year of the 8. This is happening on the 8th. And it's happening on the 4th month of the year of the 8. Think that's a coincidence? Along with the 8 longest living families. Bet you guys didn't know that each of these 8 families is said to have a curse. I'm going to do that in part 2 because this video is getting too long. But yeah, pay attention.
Man, there was so much information there to unpack.
Pay attention,
One
people.
would have to do a deep dive.
Pay attention.
I don't know, man. This stuff.
Don't be the blinded
sounds
ones.
Evil, whatever's coming.
See, and that's the thing, man. What he just said, man, this has something to do with a lot of things, man. God's judgment's about to be on this earth, people. That's the bottom line. I don't care what anybody says. We are living in Babylon. We are living in a place where they're literally mocking the creator of this world, bro. We have all this LGB stuff, bro, disrespecting God's creation. War just rampantly, bro. You got people in the office like Biden, homie, that just is allowing, man, he don't care about nobody in America. He cares about that money and them numbers. He's letting the immigrants take everybody's jobs, come in, fluctuate. They're trying to, I heard something that they don't even want people to have IDs. People are really saying this should be a society with no IDs. You know what it all points back to? Revelations, bro. Revelations. Like, I believe in an aspect of this, homie, is that this solar eclipse happens. You're going to start seeing a lot of stuff, demonic forces. This is going to open a portal to a lot of things, bro. This is going to open a portal to a lot of things, and all the believers, man, all the Christian brothers and sisters, you know, you guys already know what you already know. Your eyes has already been open, man. You guys got to be prepared for this, bro. It's wild.
This preacher spent his whole life preaching the gospel, doing the work of God, winds up dying, comes face to face with God, and what God tells him is going to shock you. Watch this.
I'm gonna go read that right here, man. I'm gonna read that next.
Or in vain. The life that you lived and offered to me as a life of Christian service is an abomination that I rejected in the Pharisee. What made you think I would accept it from a Laodicean type Christian? In fact, untold millions are living the same kind of life that you live, and they stand in danger of my everlasting wrath. Unquote, the living God. I couldn't believe he was talking to me. I'm a preacher. You didn't do those works for me. You did them for a false God. I said, Lord, I worked for you. I called you Lord every day. Yes, you did, but you never made me Lord. What a difference. To call him Lord gives him a title. To make him Lord promotes him to ruler of life. But Lord, I was serving you. No, you wasn't. You served a false God. Then he named it Satan's #1 selling false God. SELF. Instantly, I knew everything he said was true.
I'm not going to lie. I want to believe him. He died, came face to face with God, and God told him, you wasn't doing my work. You were doing his.
Real talk. That's real talk.
God gave me the chills.
And we have dinner. This is the following evening.
Wait, hold on. Scariest hell story. His old childhood friend called him from hell.
We have dinner. We're sitting there having dinner. Just as we start dinner, my phone rings. And my girlfriend answers the phone.
I don't know about y'all, but I was locked in. You could not divert my attention away from this story. It was so captivating, not in a good way. I couldn't help but to think, what could he have possibly done to help his friend? I wish his friend would have gave him some more clues, because it seems like to this day he still has no idea.
Let me see something real
I know I look crazy, but not crazier than what I'm about to say. Those TikToks of people talking about they seen people with black eyes. One lady saw that black eyed man in the grocery store, and then another man I just saw said that he saw somebody walking behind him with black eyes. I've encountered the same type of experience, not once, but multiple times. Before I even go into the detail in the story, that I want y'all to know that these are demons, and demons do possess people, period. Y'all know I used to work as a spicy dancer.
Ooh, let's watch this.
This solar eclipse happening next month could fulfill a 2,000-year-old Bible prophecy. Yes, you heard me right. An eclipse happening here in America actually has some biblical significance. Before the people start freaking out and say, oh, what does America have to do with the Bible? What do eclipses have to do with the Bible? Guys, just watch the video all the way through. I was a skeptic at first, but after doing more research, this actually seems like a warning from God coming to pass. Watch till the end of this video, and I promise you'll be convinced. What's going on, guys? It's Big Nick back for another video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel today. Before we get into today's video, if you guys like Christian content, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below if you are new, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss a new video. Without further ado, let's get into it. On April 8th, a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse is going to plunge certain parts of America into total darkness during the middle of the day. The news is even calling this an astronomical experience like no other. The shocking part is this eclipse is going to be passing through 8 towns called Nineveh, which is the city recorded in the Bible where the prophet Jonah warned them about the wrath of God to come. This will also be taking place. This eclipse is going to be passing through 8 towns called Nineveh, which is the city recorded in the Bible where the prophet Jonah warned them about the wrath of God to come. This will also be taking place under the This eclipse is going to be passing through 8 towns called Nineveh.
Nineveh.
which is the city recorded in the Bible where the prophet Jonah warned them about the wrath of God to come. This will also be taking place under the constellation Cetus, which means the whale. As many of you know, the prophet Jonah was swallowed by a whale before being spit onto the shore to go preach repentance to Nineveh. Jesus says in Matthew 16:4, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed." We learned a
Ooh,
whale
that's
before
deep.
being spit onto the shore to go preach repentance to Nineveh. Jesus says in Matthew 16:4, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeks after..."
What do we live in right now, man? A wicked and evil, adulterous society, bro. What are we living right now, man? We got people rampantly just doing, man. Oh, look at the craziness going on, bro. Pedophilia is running rampant, bro. You got rappers sex trafficking kids. You got, look at Haiti, cannibalistic, bro. You got freaking murders. I just seen a murder in Colorado with a 13-year-old just killed somebody. Just murders and murders and murders and murders. It's wild right now, bro. And did you hear the names, man? This solar eclipse, one side is out of the book this way, one side is out of the book this way, out of the book. And people are really like, bro, this is not real. This is not real. You're seeing revelations come true at a fast rate, and people are still like, no, I don't believe. Y'all are crazy, man. You guys got to get on this, man. You got to start really looking into the aspect of what's going on. I seen some stuff they're promoting, a chip in hands, bro. The chip. If you don't believe in it, man, you better start believing. You better start. Don't take the blinders off your eyes, people.
After a sign, and no sign shall be given to it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed. We learn in the very beginning of the Bible that God created astronomical events in the sky to be signs to mark sacred time. Genesis 1:14 says this, and God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years." Now let's address the skeptics real quick. There's two questions that skeptics may have. What makes this eclipse any sort of indication that this is a warning from God? And why out of all locations would America be significant in prophecy when it's not even a geographical location that's explicitly mentioned in the Bible? Well, firstly, let me address that second question about the topic of America. Just because America is not mentioned in the Word of God does not mean that this nation doesn't exist in the kingdom of heaven. God exists outside of time, and he knows the beginning from the end. So do you not think that at the time that the Bible was written, God didn't already know that the nation of America would be created? This type of thinking is very close-minded, religious, and it puts God in a box. In fact, many of you don't know this, but high-level Luciferians and occultists that run this world all share a similar belief that America is Mystery Babylon that was spoken in the book of Revelation.
The Mystery Babylon. You guys know what Babylon was, right? Babylon, orgies, the city of orgies, the city of the Jezebel spirit, the city of lust, the city of just crazy perverted stuff. And what do we have in America right now, bro? What do we have? You got transgenders, you got people identifying as this, you got killing of babies left and right, you got all this crazy stuff, bro. We are in the city of Babylon. You go out to the nightclubs, homie. Go look, do your own thing, man, and look with your other eye, homie. The eye in the middle, and look, bro. And look at what's going on, homie. Lust, everything, bro. It's just wild out here. This is some crazy stuff.
Revelation. Not that occultists or Luciferians hold any sort of moral intellect that we don't, but these people are having meetings with Satan. So why do you think they all believe that? Obviously, the devil knows something that we don't. I'm not saying that America is for sure Mystery Babylon, but there probably is a chance that it is, considering that these people believe so. In fact, America's history is shockingly founded off of Babylonian witchcraft and Babylonian god worship. Even monumental buildings engraved in this country's history, like the Statue of Liberty, is actually a satanic altar of the Babylonian goddess Ishtar. Now back to the first question that the skeptics may have. Why would something like an eclipse indicate that this is a sign from God? Many people don't know this about the biblical history of Nineveh, but something similar happened when Jonah preached judgment to them. Ancient history also shows that right before Nineveh repented in the Bible story of Jonah, there was a total solar eclipse called the Beer-Segale eclipse, which was one of the astronomical phenomena that caused an entire pagan city to repent from their pagan practices senses and turn back to the true God Yahweh. This solar eclipse was also engraved in ancient Assyrian archaeological findings, further verifying that an astronomical event took place during this time. America has abandoned God and fully embraced
100% truthful. 100%. That's 100%. Everybody abandoned God in this country, man. Something that we actually built this country off of, like, and it's just abandonment of God, man. It's
perverse
crazy.
secular values. And this eclipse very well may be a sign from the heavens that the doors for repentance are closing. This should be a wake-up call to repent of your sins and turn back to Jesus before it's too late. I love America, and I'm very proud to be a citizen here, but let's just face the facts. It's not surprising that God is getting close to judging this country. Things that were all viewed as sin 10 years ago are now being promoted as normal, and this poisonous ideology that has destroyed the West is being exported to nations around the world. One of the reasons why the devil attacks America so much with embracing sinful values is because he knows other countries view the United States as the moral authority due to their financial success and freedoms that other countries don't have. This causes a negative psychological influence on other countries that are originally traditional to start embracing progressive beliefs since they look up to America as a country. A classic example is the Hollywood industry, which has given birth to many other entertainment industries outside of America. Every Christian who lives here in America can feel in the spirit how wicked this country is getting. However, Christians here in the West are the frontline defense against the demons that are trying to destroy this nation. So if you love America like I do, I would encourage you to pray for this country and pray that people repent and turn back to Jesus. Keep in mind that a warning from God is different than judgment. A warning means we still have time, so let's redeem the time and evangelize about the gospel of Jesus Christ to everyone around us. It's in our best interest to want America to continue to prosper, or at least in my best interest, because I only speak English and tongues. That's it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's
wild, man.
video. If you're going to pray for America, drop a comment down below with the word praying with the prayer emoji and the American flag. I want to give a shout out to Joaquin for sewing into this.
Yeah, wild stuff, man. That's wild stuff, though. But yeah, it's been a crazy 2024, man, and you know, I seen that I barely started hearing about, you know, them telling us to get water and food like a couple days ago, man, and it's getting closer. So I'm like, why haven't they really actually said it? What's the holdup? If it really knocks out some electricity, what's the holdup in it? Why are they waiting this long to tell us? You heard about the red heifers? I haven't, man. Let's look at it up. What is that all about? Let's see real quick. Let's see. I heard about the Nephilims. Oh, let's see. Let's see what is this about? See? Let's read. Let's see, man.
So guys, yesterday we had a very important event happening, and not a lot of people knew about it because it wasn't really advertised. So if you go to the Temple Institute webpage, you will see that yesterday there was a conference on the red heifer. And maybe some of you have found out about this conference and saw it, but the problem was that the whole thing was in Hebrew. So even if you follow the link, you wouldn't understand much what the people were saying because everything was in Hebrew. And the conference was very interesting because it gave an update on the situation with the red heifers, and even you had an opportunity to see the red heifers that are currently located in Shiloh. And in this episode, I would like to take a moment to summarize the situation of the red heifers. But before I will do that, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that bell button. This really helps me. With that out of the way, let's begin our episode. So, as you heard, the red heifers are now located in Shiloh. Why Shiloh? Well, if you remember the biblical story, you will remember that in Shiloh, the tabernacle was located before Jerusalem was the capital of Israel.
Wow.
So Shiloh became the first religious center for the Hebrews in the land of Israel, and it became a very important place. You remember the story of Samuel and Eli, the high priest. This is all happening in Shiloh. If you're interested, I have a video on this channel where I visit the ancient Shiloh and talk about its history, its significance. So if you want to check that out, I will leave a link in the description of this episode. So, to answer the question why the Temple Institute chose this location to bring the red heifers, it's very simple. This is where the tabernacle stood, and this is where they can prepare, they can work on everything that is needed to building the third temple. So not only the red heifers are here, but a lot of studies are done here in this place, which became like a laboratory for preparing for the third temple. So, for example, in this place, they have researched the crimson dye that is essential in the red heifer sacrifice. For many years, they didn't know how this red color was achieved, but recently they found a worm from which it can be extracted, this red, really crimson color.
The heck?
So it's an amazing discovery
the hell is
that
that?
is another step towards the process of doing the red heifer sacrifice. So perhaps even before the temple can be built in Jerusalem, they will be able to build the tabernacle in Shiloh, because it's much easier to actually construct a real tabernacle than the temple. And as you remember, the tabernacle served the same purpose as the temple. Okay, but let's go back to the conference and what was it about. So the conference was really laid back. It was mainly for Hebrew-speaking, very religious people that are strongly connected to the land. So you had a lot of rabbinical teaching on.
So these are like the
connection between the people of Israel and the land, and the importance of the temple and the priests, and importance of the return to the holy service of the nation of Israel. So as to the cows, you can see the 3 red heifers that still qualify to become the red heifer from which the ashes can be.
That's interesting that you say that. So that's interesting that you say that too, my bro. So this is taking place right now in this time frame of the solar eclipse. All this stuff is taking place, right? 2024. It's crazy, bro. Now, can the solar eclipse be the aspect that they actually put the Antichrist all together, man? It's wild to think that we're living in this time of revelations, and you know, it's coming true at a fast rate in front of us. You know, that's interesting that you said that, because we have the solar eclipse the 8th, and this is all the time frame. And I actually heard somebody talk about the solar eclipse and the Antichrist being related all together too. That's crazy, bro. That's interesting.
Ceremony of purification. All the 3 red heifers are of age now, so they are in their 3rd year. So that means they qualify already to be sacrificed. And during the conference, we had, for example, this person who was explaining all the details that go into breeding cows in Israel. So he was, for example, explaining the differences of breeding cows in the Golan Heights and
let's see this.
In
okay,
Samaria.
Let's see this. This is what we might.
Speaking of fruit by the foot, okay. We have an update on the red heifer.
Did you guys plan that?
No. Yeah, we did. We need to start doing that with. Speaking of the red heifer, your mom is so dumb. But yeah, they have. That was on the CBS News. When this comes out, it would have been a week ago. But they have built the altar on the Mount of Olives, overlooking where the temple was. And what they expressed on the CBS News thing was that I don't think I can say the name without us getting flagged, but hummus.
Okay.
We all know what that
I was about to correct you because I'm such a
no, it's but one of the major reasons, what they said, what has come out is one of the major reasons that they attacked in October Israel was because of the red heifers. And it's basically because the Dome of the Rock sits on the Temple Mount right now. And by doing this sacrifice of the red heifers, it is basically an all-out threat of being like, we're going to get rid of the Dome of the Rock and rebuild the temple. And then the hummus Muslims were just like, no way. And I just thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, that's wild, man. That's a whole different narrative.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
go ahead. What?
How does the process work? So it's the sacrifice of a perfect red heifer, and then directly following that, scripturally, we're meant to go and rebuild the temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So it's the cleansing of the instruments and tools, and the people that are going to build the temple
I see.
are cleansed with the ashes of the sacrifice red heifer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not we are meant to.
No,
You,
no.
Andrew,
Yeah.
are meant to.
No.
Andrew, please.
My
Yeah.
2 weeks.
But yeah, I thought that was really crazy.
It's kind of one of those things where when you were telling me about it for the first time, I was like, I've never heard of this. This is crazy.
Yeah,
and
and
then
that's
it's only to see it on CBS. I'm like, that's weird.
So
I
what
know.
are the like potential implications of this being enacted?
What?
Second coming.
Say that one more time.
The implications, what's going to happen as soon as the heifer is sacrificed? Like what is the series of events that you think are going to start unfolding?
I think it's already started unfolding, and I think that's with the conflict that's happening right now. I think it's going to reach a point to where there is this is pure speculation.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a point to where the Jerusalem comes under attack, and that's where the Temple Mount is potentially destroyed.
Right.
And then that gives the Israelites, they'll be like, now that we are winning this war or retaliation, no one from Palestine or whatever is allowed in Israel. We're going to rebuild the Temple Mount or the temple.
Yep.
That's just my speculation of what could happen, because the conflict is crazy over there right now.
Right.
But with that happening, it's going to be, because the Dome of the Rock is completely sacred to the Muslim faith.
Yep.
And if that's destroyed, you will not only have every Muslim nation, you'll have every Muslim in the world
really
opposed to Israel. And so it will be like
a world war in that way.
Well, it will be like the Battle of Armageddon, which talks about all the nations rising up
Crazy.
against
That's
Israel.
interesting, bro. That's wild.
But then,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. But then there's, according to end time prophecy stuff, there's going to be a Antichrist who appears, who is at the temple, and there will be a treaty signed with Israel and the nations, a peace treaty. And I think it's like 7 years of peace between these nations. And then it's just like boom, 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 boom. Not good.
And what we don't know is at what point the believers are taken up
Yeah.
in that 7 years. Some
Yeah.
people think they know, but I don't think we know.
No, I don't.
I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
It's all scary.
But this really. Oh, by the way, it was
People start hearing
Faith
this,
and
they are
Friction
not
is a
trying to hear stuff
podcast.
like this. They're
They
like,
were on Blurry Creatures. Those were the dudes that were with the rabbis picking out the red heifer, and they hit us up on Instagram. We're gonna.
It's pretty funny, man, because like, to be honest, as a believer, I've been hearing about this stuff my whole life, so I'm not really actually, I don't even fear this stuff. I just actually, I'm ready to see what unfolds, but I know that this stuff is coming. It's coming to light, man. It's a wild time, to a person that's not, washed up in faith and don't have that aspect. This becomes a scary situation, but I thought I wanted to talk about that today, man. 2024, a lot of stuff. We're not even a quarter of 2024. We're not even a quarter of 2024, bro. And we have some crazy. Did you guys hear about the bridge thing? Bro, glad to hear you're a believer. Yeah, I'm a believer, man. I'm one of them dudes. My mom kept me in prayer my whole life. I gangbanged. I did my thing, but I was always that individual that always felt close to God. Even when I was, at the worst of my time, bro, I was always a person that felt close to God. Always. I have many stories, testimonies, bro, where I should be dead. Many, many stories, homie. I've seen stuff with my own eyes of the spiritual realm. And I say it like this. If you believe that there's a spiritual realm of evilness, and we see it rampantly in this world as we speak, evil. A lot of evil stuff going on. Everybody asks, they say, hey, if there was a God, then why is all this evil stuff happening to kids and this and that? I'm gonna say like this: when society abandoned God, people abandoned God, turned their backs on God, mocked God, blasphemy of God. When they did all that, God had to step back and be like, hey, bro, you guys, because he gave us free choice. He gave us free will. But I can't sit here. I can't sit here, bro, and what I've experienced as a human being and, seen different things, bro, with my own eyes and experienced it, protection on my life and different things. I could not sit here and say that it's not true and tell you the reality, tell you the truth, But, yeah, that's crazy, man. It's a crazy time, bro. God bless you guys, man. God bless you, bro. Wolf and Water, you know what it is. God bless you, homie. God bless the chat, man. God bless all you guys, bro. It's a wild time though, but I definitely, man, I wanted to give a heads up. If you guys haven't heard about the solar eclipse coming, April 8th, definitely go do your research, stock up on your stuff, water, food, gas tank, whatever, man. But until the next one, man, God bless you guys. And I'm gonna holler at you guys, man. You know what it is. Let's go.